All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're going to be going into the lighting. Lighting is the most underutilized system when I talk about the tripod of virtual professionalism, right? Good audio, good visual, and great lighting. You'd be surprised, and when you're in a situation and you start utilizing lights to your advantage, you can make even the most simple webcam look like a complete rock star and a crystal clear picture when we're talking about showing up in the virtual world. I need to emphasize, more light does not mean a better picture, right? We have a lot of situations where we're in a room, we're in a place where we have all the lights on, we have everything turned up as bright as possible. As I can see, this is a really good example. Let's grab our cameras right now, and let's pump this up to the highest Kelvins we can, just to demonstrate, and then we're gonna pump this up to the 100% mark, just to demonstrate that it's not necessary to have extremely light all the time. So when we're looking at this situation, if I'm going into a lighting situation, we're gonna talk about 3-point lighting system. Of course, we have a key light, we have a fill light, and then of course we have a backlight. We talked about in the studio the different temperatures of lighting to use. I'm always going to recommend using the highest Kelvin light as possible, as when you start blending in as far as your two main lights, when you start utilizing more of a warm light, you're going to give yourself a little bit more of an orange tone, which might come across as being a little bit of, of an Oompa Loompa or something like that. So we want to avoid that at all ways possible. And of course, we need to be mindful of individuals who wear glasses, right? You can see right now, this light right here is casting right directly onto my camera. So this is extremely important to be mindful of the actual placement of the light. When I'm looking at this situation, I have a big natural light window that's coming over here. So I don't feel it's necessary to even have this light on this side. So you can see right away, it eliminated any sort of glare that I've got with these lights when you're having your glasses on. So of course, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take away this light completely. So now I'm gonna use the natural light as my key light right here. We have a bit of a fill light right here actually. So I'm actually going to turn this off. I'm gonna turn this light away so it's not casting any sort of false narrative of lights that are coming in right now. So you can see automatically significantly darker shadows when it comes to this part. I don't hate this look. I don't think it's a bad picture whatsoever. However, you can see here again, this light is casting a little bit on my glasses. So I'm gonna wanna move a little bit more to the actual side rather than having it placed in front of you. You see how it does that? Place it more to the actual side of your view, so you're still getting that off light. So you can see this is with the fill light looking at me. Fill light, no fill light. Fill light, no fill light, right? So it's very subtle, but it's very important to be able to cast that shadow. Again, you have your natural light coming in for your key light. Now remember how we talked about this little salt lamp? I love incorporating backlights as a third light option. It creates depth within your backdrop and your actual picture, and it allows you to kind of highlight some things. So you can see here, I actually have a light right here. This is another Lume Cube light that I actually use, and it's just a great opportunity to kind of highlight some areas that you can see here. If you wanted to highlight something like that, create a little bit more contrast or something, right? You can see automatically having something like that is great. And if you want to highlight features, this would come better in handy if we're in a darker situation and we want to light up a little bit more features. So you can see here, that might even be a great opportunity to have a 3-point lighting system, right? Just to create a little bit more dynamic with your backdrop, and again, create that depth. What many don't know is when you're implementing a third light is a hair light. How drastic a hair light can actually be when you're doing your virtual presentations. And again, it just creates that depth within the space in this crown area, so creating that situation. So remember how we had this light, we didn't necessarily need it. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna shrink this down. I'm gonna give myself an opportunity to have more of an actual down light. So you can see in the overhead, I'm gonna put this higher up onto my backdrop. This is probably, I'm gonna wanna put in a higher category. So I'm gonna have this in the 100% category with the 5600. And then I'm gonna move this up a little bit. You can see here, I'm gonna put it on my top shelf, bring it down a little bit, and then even how much of a drastic difference that makes for having the light down here. And you know, even for example, if you find yourself, you're blocking in a situation like this, you can always put, right? Get creative, get creative. So you have a stand here, you have an opportunity to move this light, okay? This is an ideal situation, have it right behind you. And then you can create more of a dynamic picture when coming up here. You can even have it tilted up a little bit too. To create that backdrop. So it's a great opportunity, and again, because we're in the actual such natural light right now, it's not as drastic, but of course, if you're in a darker setting, if you're in a darker scenario where you need to light up the picture, that is a great opportunity to do that too. So there's your 3-point lighting system. Right now, I mean, you can even see here, you can bring it over here. It's not terrible. It's overexposing, right? Find yourself for having too much light on this one side. And a great option is you can even have this, again, cast light on the backdrop, right? Have it, maybe you wanna highlight these bowls for whatever reason. I don't know why you would want to, but this is an opportunity where you can use this almost like a spotlight on a different option to create more depth, create more image when it talks. So 3-point lighting system, key light, fill light, and then if you ever need anything like that, you can see you have a heart, you can have a hair light. So you can see how drastic that can be if you wanted to hang it up, and if in a dark situation, it would give you a situation where it looks like that, right? And that again is gonna create more depth. And even when you have it behind you, see, this is a great opportunity in a dark situation where it's gonna create that backdrop there for you. You can have it hidden a little bit there, but of course you're gonna have to be a little bit more creative. But that is one of my secret tips. Lighting, there you go, there you have it. There is my lighting system. So I'm excited to have this coming in. So I have my backdrop, have these multiple lights coming in. Grab your virtual event checklist. This is getting exciting. You got confirm your lighting just like that. I'm excited to do that, confirm your lighting. And of course, what we're gonna be doing, let's go back upstairs, talk about in a situation where you maybe not be in a sound dampening studio and you have to have an opportunity where you have to address and you have to acknowledge background noises, dogs barking, babies crying, family members when you work from home, co-workers in the backdrop. There's ways that you're able to maneuver through this so you can let your audience know what's going on in your situation, so you don't have to be in an awkward situation where, for example, with me, I got construction outside. So we're gonna talk about this. Let's head up to GB3 Studios. I'm gonna get everything ready. We're almost done the virtual sales checklist. It's almost showtime for my big event, and I'm getting very, very excited. There's nothing that gets me more excited than actual preparation into these meetings. So let's head up to the studios and let's talk about background noise and the importance of it and how we can manage it if we're in a situation where we're not able to dampen the sound. So let's go check it out.